When are we ready to race? Vegan Victor. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I rode my ass off on a track bike, like a road bike, for years before I touched a race. And I'll tell you what, I could fucking ride with the P12s from how much and how intense my rides were on the track bike. But until you get into the race, you're not gonna know what the race is like. You could hammer all day. You could average 400 watts for fucking an hour. But I guarantee you, if you've never ridden in a pack, you're gonna be so fucking lost. So, now, in NorCal, we have clinics. They're called early birds, and you go there and you do early birds, and there's mentors, and they talk to you about riding in packs, and when you're leaning on someone, not to lean away because you'll crash. But I don't know if they have that in Australia, but they may. So I would say look into the racing calendar if there's a website, and check it out. Otherwise, keep riding in groups with friends. It looks like you guys got a good group. And just go out and do your first race, because that's when you're ready, when you actually jump into the race. Because you got to remember, you're not going into a Pro 1-2 race as a beginner. You're going into a Cat 5 race with a bunch of other beginners who don't know who, like, what they're doing or who they are yet. Like, so you could be the strongest dude and literally not do well in a race. That's okay, because you're new to racing. So that's the whole important part about a Cat 5 beginner, is that you're racing with a bunch of beginners and you're growing together, and some grow faster than others, and then you just go from there. So I would say, if you haven't done a race, go do it. Just jump in. Don't think about it so much, because the more you think, the less you're gonna do. And that's totally true. The more you think about it, the less you're gonna have fun, the less you're gonna do. If you just go out and experience it and kind of just go, like, you don't even have to go out and like try to win. Just go out and like sit in the pack and do the race and see how you feel. And if you want to make moves, make moves. If not, cool. The first 2 races I did, I fucking won both of them. Like, I was so fired up to race. Like, my buddy's like, dude, you're gonna do so well. And I was just so fired up that when I went out to the early bird, I was like pushing it, trying to get away in a breakaway, just hit it hard, like on the front of the race, like what you're not supposed to do. But I was so strong that I was able to hammer it the whole race. And then I remember coming around the last turn, which was like 500, 700 meters still to the finish line, and I remember just freaking in the saddle like power, just fucking taking off and holding everyone off and taking first for the first 2 races. And then that fire kind of slowly drifted off. Then I got 4th place in my first real race, and I just went out and, like, I don't know, I just had that like fire. I have that fire inside of me. But you're never ready for your first race until you just go get in it. So look it up, check out the race schedule, and I really encourage you to try a race. Anybody, go out and do your first race. I see guys that are 40 years old that are going to do their first race, and it's awesome because they've been riding for 10 years, but they've never done a race. So I hope that helps. And let me know what you guys think about these video responses. I like it so much more than typing. It helps me actually talk about it more too, because when somebody asks me, it's like, hey, what's up? Yeah, okay, let's do this. And from my own experience, I just went and jumped in a race. My first road race, I was sick as a dog. I remember just waking up feeling like garbage, and I still took 8th place because I was hammering for the 3 dudes that were in a breakaway. Or, sorry, there was, what, did I get 8th? I got 4th place? Hammering on the front, sick as a dog. Went around black ice. My wheel was literally 90 degrees going forward, and my wheel was turned. And, yeah. So, yep. Sorry, I'm trying to turn against traffic here. These guys aren't being very kind. All right, here we go. And I just kept going, man. I was sick, but I still did well because, like, I had the strength. I had been training, and I got it done. It's what I wanted to do. So if it's what you want to do and you want to try it, do it, because that's what's going to make you happy. If you don't want to race and people are pressuring you, you're probably not going to have the best time, because it's going to be a hassle and it's going to be a chore. Do what feels right. Try it out. And if you try it and you don't like it, you don't have to do it ever again. But I recommend trying it because it's an extreme rush. It's like a whole nother level.